Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot, and a couple days ago, some new Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse HD screenshots came out, and at first, I didn't actually think they were worth making a story on. If you follow me on Twitter, this was something I considered small, so I just tweeted the link out. So if you want heads up on stuff like this that's small enough that I usually don't think it's big enough for a video, but I still want you guys to know about it, Twitter is a place to follow me. I'll leave a link to that down below so you guys can get these little mini updates, along with the big updates I make for videos and stuff. But anyways, a few HD screenshots came out, and like I said, originally I wasn't going to make a video on it because for the most part, it's HD screenshots we've already seen. They're just bigger and in HD now, so it wasn't really worth the story. But we did get a couple new images, and at first I didn't think they revealed anything, but lately I've been looking more and more into it, and the news might be bigger than we expected. So first things first, let's take a better look at our mystery character. Now the HD screenshots don't really reveal anything special about him, but reports are flaming up more and more now about how the character is actually, it was said in an interview that his red hair is coincidental. He's definitely not Super Saiyan God, which we had kind of figured out before that, right? Because we see him fighting like in the Vegeta and Nappa fight, right? And he would totally, I mean, you know, as God, it wouldn't even be a challenge for him to fight Vegeta or Nappa. So we kind of could rule that one out already, considering he goes through all the timelines. Secondly, well, as we can establish now, for sure, 100%, you go to basically every single saga and fight in the timeline. How? We don't know yet. Well, we know there's a time machine, but we don't know why you're doing this. But I'm sure more and more stuff will be released as the game comes out. Anyways, we see him fighting Nappa and Vegeta in one. We see him fighting Goldo while Krillin's protecting the Dragon Balls in one. We see him protecting Gohan after Piccolo died in one. Presumably that one's got to be the Frieza fight on Namek. We see him using the special beam cannon. That came out of nowhere. That's a little interesting if you think about it. But so we got a couple new screenshots. I haven't revealed any of the big news yet, but considering that in the interview they stated that and I don't have a link to this interview, a subscriber was telling me about it, but in the interview they stated his red hair is purely coincidental. And on top of that, this is actually kind of big news. This is the exact same character that they used when they were testing out their character in Ultimate Tenkaichi. Now, this isn't a continuation of Ultimate Tenkaichi. The fighting style is not the same at all of Ultimate Tenkaichi, which is fantastic in my opinion. But what we do get out of this is that this is the character that they used before they revealed Create a Character in Ultimate Tenkaichi. So to me, that hints really strongly at Create a Character. But if it does, I don't know why they just haven't revealed its Create a Character yet. I don't know why they're sitting on that. I don't know why they're waiting on that. Because to me, that means that there's still a possibility that this isn't Create a Character, which is really bad news because I want to create a character. But no. Aside from that, there is, as you've seen by the title, there's one big piece of news that came out of this. That obviously it's in the title, you've seen it already, but before that there is one more scene I want to get to. Okay, so there's a scene in there, or a picture in there, excuse me, where we're looking through a scouter at a level 1 Goku and a level 1 Piccolo. Now why they are level 1, I have no idea, because obviously their power level is not going to be 1. Maybe it's just part of like a training thing they have in the game, or maybe I have no idea, but they're level 1 for whatever reason. The thing that gets me is we're looking through a scouter, and a lot of people look through the scouter and they're like, okay, it's probably the new character. But you would think with Create a Character, they wouldn't even, you might have the feature to put the scouter on, but they wouldn't actually go in enough detail to put the scouter like actually as a working mechanism, considering a lot of people probably wouldn't use a scouter anyway, probably in Create a Character. So what I'm hoping is that this is actually the view through Raditz screen. If this is like a cutscene that has to do with Raditz when he's reading their power levels, that would be ideal for me. Because if they went to the detail to put it on the custom character that they have here, it might hint that he's not Create a Character, or that you have to have a scouter or something weird like that. So I'm hoping that that scene is Raditz. Anyways, let's get down to the point, the main reason I made this video. The second to last picture on the slide, and again this article will be down below as always, but the second to last picture on the slide shows the mystery character fighting Nappa while Goku is fighting Vegeta. Now this in particular, along with partially the scene where you can see the mystery character fighting Goldo while Krillin is in the scene, these things somewhat hint at a 2 versus 2 possibility. Now we've seen 1 versus 1 battles in basically every major Dragon Ball Z game up until the last year. We've even seen tag team fights where you could fight 1 versus 1 with an opponent and then tag out to your friend or whoever or another character, and then they would fight. But never, and then in Battle of Z recently we got 4 versus 4 fights, which was cool, but never has there really been a game that had the 2 versus 2 as a point option, not a major one anyway. So I think this could be really interesting how this plays out. I think this could be really neat. But we'll have to see how it goes. 2 versus 2 fighting. Battle of Z, I don't even think you can go off of Battle of Z for how more than one person fighting at a time is going to go. You know what I mean? Because Battle of Z had such a different playstyle than all the other games, so I think it'll just depend on how they want to do it. It'll just depend on their targeting system, how they want to lock on, who's fighting. I don't know. They've got a lot of stuff they could work with here, but I think 2 versus 2 implementation would be a really cool one. It would make for a really interesting co-op mode. It would make for the possibility of a co-op story mode. And with games trying to always be online anymore these days, I think it might be a step in the right direction. Now, don't force it on me, right? If I just want to do my single-player thing, obviously there's still 1 versus 1 fights in it. So that's good news. I don't want the whole thing to be a 2 versus 2 fight. Like, the whole of Battle of Z was basically a 4 versus 4 fight almost the whole time, or 4 people ganging up on one target. I don't want that. I don't want 2 versus 2 every single time, but if you have it as an option there, more options, the better it is. That's my opinion. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think on this. I want to know your thoughts about the whole situation. If you're new around here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I report on Dragon Ball Xenoverse news as it comes out. Like I said, this one's a little delayed because I wasn't sure if it was worth a video or not. But like the video if you enjoyed it. As always, I'm Thundershot, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.